So there are times when it's important to be able to find the center of an arc. Let's say, for example, you have an arc with an unknown center and you've got to find it. There is a method to do that, and we're going to go through that method right now. We have an arc drawn here, and I drew it with a thing called a cheater beam. Basically, a cheater beam is a piece of illustration board or mat board or chipboard, and basically I have a pin that I put through the center point, and then I can make a bunch of other points at various radiuses based on my need. This is the seating in a theater in Knoxville, a professional theater in Knoxville, and the various rows, front and back of the various rows. So that's what this cheater beam was made for. It makes drawing an arc very easy. So we've got this arc here, and I want to find the center of it. Now, the trick to finding the center of an arc is you just simply find 3 points along that arc, and you draw a perpendicular bisector of a line that would go from one point to the next, and another perpendicular bisector of a line that would go between the other 2 points. And where the perpendicular bisector of this line crosses the perpendicular bisector of this line is the center. So let's do that and see how accurate we can be. So we're going to do a perpendicular bisector here, and of course you remember how to do that. A perpendicular. Okay, so what we've got here is we've got those crossing points, and then let's, as precisely as we can, let's draw from this crossing point here to that crossing point there. And then we're going to do the same thing between these 2 points. So we've got an arc here, and an arc here and here. So we've got those 2 crossing points, and the perpendicular bisector of an imaginary line that goes from this point to this point is right there. And where these 2 lines cross here is the center point of the arc, and believe it or not, that's exactly where the pinhole is from drawing that arc with the beam. So that's it. That's how you find the center of an arc when you don't know where the center is. 3 points, perpendicular bisector of a line, imaginary line that would go between these 2, perpendicular bisector of an imaginary line that would go between these 2. Where those 2 perpendicular bisectors cross is the center point of the arc. It works every time.